Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we covered one complete rakat, right? Allah ta'ala accept it. Read, we'll start now how to proceed with the second rakat.
ويفعل في الثانية كما فعل في الركعة الأولى أنه تفعل الأركان إلا أنه لا يستفتح ولا يتعوض إنهما لم يشرعا مرة واحدة.
Okay. Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So what is saying? وَيَفْعَلُ في الركعة الثانية مثل ما فعل في الركعة الأولى. You will do exactly in the second rakat مثل ما فعل what he done in the first rakat. Exactly like how you do in the first rakat, you will do in the second rakat, right? لأنه تكرار الأركان, because the same arkan that is in one rakat, the same arkan are in the second rakat. There's few different, small one, two differences, but we'll mention it to you, inshallah. But generally, whatever is necessary in the first rukn, or rather, whatever is necessary in the first rakat, it is also necessary in the second rakat, right? But the first difference is just here, that إلا أنه لا يستفتح, like how you say Allahu Akbar, Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, you won't say that. You'll just make the takbir of coming up from sajda. You make the takbir, like how we mentioned yesterday. You will want it word كان ينهد على صدور قدميه. You will stand up on the balls of your feet, right? Then إلى أنه لا يستفتح, so you don't have to say again Allahu Akbar. You don't have to make a takbir iftitah, right? ولا يتعوذ, you don't have to make ta'awudh, right? ولا, you don't have to say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم again. Why? لأنهما لم يشرعا إلا مرة واحدة, because the takbir iftitah, Allahu Akbar, the sana and the ta'awuz, etc., لم يشرعا إلا مرة واحدة. They have only been established, or it's only been mentioned that you must do them one time. You don't have to do them another time, right? Are you with me? Carry on. Okay. So what they say next about it is, look here. When you started your rakat, what you done? You made a takbir, right? So now this is the second rakat. Must you make takbir again for the second rakat? I think the Shafis, they make a takbir again for the second rakat, right? So we say for us, no. You'll only make the takbir what? That you came up from sajda. So وَلَا يَرْفَعُ يَدَيْهِ إِلَّا فِي التَّكْبِيرَةِ الْأُولَى. He will not raise his hands. وَلَا يَرْفَعُ يَدَيْهِ إِلَّا فِي التَّكْبِيرَةِ الْأُولَى, except in the first takbir. Remember the first one, Allahu Akbar, you raise your hands in it. You don't do that again. So when you start your second rakat, you don't make takbir, right? وَلَا يَرْفَعُ يَدَيْهِ إِلَّا فِي التَّكْبِيرَةِ الْأُولَى خلافا للشافعي, قادر Imam Shafi. So that shows you that unlike the Shafis, you won't start your second rakat with another takbir or rafa yadayn. Right? So khilafan للشافعي, and also في الركوع also. So ولا يرفع يديه إلا في التكبيرة الأولى خلافا للشافعي في الركوع وفي الرفع منه. So when you come up from ruku, I think the Shafis also, they make another takbir, وفي الرفع منه. And when you're coming out of ruku, you make another takbir. No, why? What's our proof to say you don't have to make a Rafa Yadain before going in ruku? You don't have to make Rafa Yadain after coming out of ruku. لقوله عليه السلام, because of the statement of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, لا ترفع الأيدي إلا في سبع مواطن. There's a clear hadith where Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that the hand should not be raised except on 7 occasions. What is it? Takbiratul iftitahi. One is when you start your salah for the first time, right? What you got there? What you got? Okay, Brian, let me read it. It's extra proof to it. Show me exactly with it. So khilafan lisha. So we say you don't make another. Okay, so this is not in your people's kitab. This is in this kitab here. Khilafan lishafi rahimahullah ta'ala fi ruku'i. When you go into ruku, والرفع منه, when you come out of ruku, you don't whine. What's our proof here? لما روية, because what has been narrated عن ابن عمر, from Ibn Umar رضي الله عنهما, أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يرفع يديه إذا ركع. So this is Imam Shafi's proof that he said that as Ibn Umar said, كان يرفع يديه إذا ركع ويرفع رأسه من الركوع. He used to make ruku when he used to raise his hands when he goes into ruku. وإذا رفع رأسه من الركوع, and also when he raises his hands, right? So we don't practice upon this. This is Imam Shafi's proof, right? Are you with me? Our proof is this here, which I told you that our answer is here, that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, إلا في لقوله عليه السلام لا ترفع الأيدي إلا في سبع مواطن, that the hands will not be raised except in إلا 7 times. One is takbiratul iftitahi, when you start the salah, then you raise hands. وتكبيرة القنوت, and when you make takbir qunut, what is it referred to in witr? You know, it's Allahu Akbar when you debate it to qunut. وتكبيرات الإيدين, 4 takbirs in Eid, in each rakat, right? وذكر الأربعة في الحج, and then you've got the 4 takbirs in the Hajj also, right? Right. Yeah. So, and the next place is وذكر الأربعة, and you will make takbir in Hajj, the 4 places. Where is it? Safa, Marwa, Istilam. You know, when you before you start your right, and what was it? Safa, Marwa, and in Arafah, right? So these are the only times. And the Jamaratain also, when you pelt. So here we're saying that you don't raise. These are the only times you raise your hands, right? وذكر الأربعة في الحج. So we're saying والذي يرفع من الرفع محمول على الابتداء. That riwayat that Imam Shafi mentioned, that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam raised his hands like before the ruku and after the ruku, before you go down into sajda. This was in the initial stages of Islam, and it has been made mansukh by this riwayat of ours here, which says that you only raise your hands how many times? 7 times. You understood that? Is it quite clear? So the riwayat that was quoted is from your kitab. That riwayat is not in your kitab, that one that you quoted now. No, I see about Imam Shafi's proof. Yeah. So that is only quoted in that kitab there, right? So our answer to that is, I told you that it's mansukh with this hadith here. It is mansukh with this hadith that you will only raise your hands on 7 occasions. And the 7 occasions which has been mentioned here is what? Takbiratul iftitah, qunut, idain, hajj. And we tell you what we mean by hajj. Hajj means istilam. You raise your hands in Safa to make dua. You raise your hands in Marwa to make dua. you raise your hands on the day of Arafah, etc. Right? So we say, وَالَّذِي يُرْفَعُ مِنَ الرَّفْعِ مَحْمُولٌ عَلَى الْإِبْتِدَاءِ. That which has been revealed about raising your hands, مَحْمُولٌ عَلى الْإِبْتِدَاءِ, is upon with regards to the beginning stage of Islam. كَذَا نُقِلَ عَنْ ibn Zubair. And like this is also exactly has been narrated from ibn Zubair, that initial Rafa yadayn before ruku, after ruku, it has been made mansukh with this hadith that we mentioned, right? Is that clear? Okay, read the next riwayat.
قال وإذا رفع رأسه من السجود الثانية فبقى افترش رجله وجلس عليها نصبا ووجه
Yeah. Okay, so before we look in the kitab, let's just explain. Yeah, in the kitab, they're going to explain the man sajda and the lady sajda. So now when you come up from your sajda, how do you sit? So basically you sit like this. Simple words. Your left buttock will rest on the inside of your left ankle. Understand what I'm saying? Like this. Your left buttock will raise on the inside of your left ankle, and then your right foot, it will rest on the front of the foot, or we can say on the shin, and you will raise the foot to, so to say, the heel must face the heavens, and the toes must be slightly bent, and it must face the Qibla. Understood that? See there. وَإِذَا رَفَى رَأْسَهُ مِنَ السَّجْدَةِ الثَّانِيَةِ. When he raises his head from the second sajda, فِي الرَّكْعَةِ الثَّانِيَةِ, in the second rakat, افترش رجله اليسرى. You will spread out the left leg. And I tell you what it means, spread it out. It will face, the toes will face to the inside. So the toes will face towards the right, and you will rest your left buttock upon the inside of the left ankle, right? افترش رجله اليسرى فجلس عليها. So the left buttock will rest on the inside, right? ونصب اليمنى نصبا. And you will keep the right foot erect, right? ووجه أصابعه نحو القبلة. And you will make your أصابع, refers the toes face the Qibla, and that is by bending the toes face the Qibla, right? هكذا وصفت عائشة قعود رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في الصلاة. And like this, as Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala anha, she explained the salat of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Carry on.
قال ووضع يديه على فخذيه وبسط أصابعه وشهد. يروى ذلك في الحديث وائل بن حجر رضي الله عنه وكأن في أصابع يديه من القبلة.
Right. ووضع يديه على فخذيه. And then, so this was regards to your feet, your hand, right? What will you do with your hands? ووضع يديه على فخذيه. You will place your hands on your thighs. Obviously, the right hand on the right thigh, the left hand on the left thigh, closest towards your knees, right? وَبَسَطَ أَصَابِعَهُ. And you will spread your fingers out. In other words, you won't contract them. You won't sit like, you won't do this. Look at like you have like the fist or anything. It will be spread out, and it will be left natural. Remember, we discussed there's only 2 times where in the salah where you don't leave your fingers on a natural condition. One is in ruku, you open it and you grasp your knees, remember? And the other one is in sajda, you more or less close them and you make them face the Qibla, right? So that would effectively mean that in your tashahud, you leave your fingers on a natural position. And what's a natural position? There's slight more gap in between it, right? Are you with me? So that's what he's saying. Right, ووجه أصابع نحو القبلة هكذا وصفت عائشة الصديقة رضي الله تعالى عنها قعود رسولهم في الصلاة. Right, ووضع يديه على فخذيه وبسط أصابعه وتشهد. ويروى ذلك في حديث وائل بن حجر. That's exactly like I will explain to you now. Just again, this is for the men there. We're going to discuss now the ladies that showed. It's also in the kitab, don't worry. Right, ويروى ذلك في حديث وائل بن حجر. This has been narrated in the hadith of Wa'il ibn Hajar. وَلِأَنَّ فِيهِ تَوْجِيهَ أَصَابِعَ يَدَيْ الْقِبْلَةِ. So why must you do this? Here he's saying that spread your fingers out. Don't contract them, because it is facing the Qibla. And remember, we've done this principle also with regards to the sajda. make your toes, remember when you're in sajda, make your toes also face Qibla. The more of your body that faces the Qibla, the better. Qibla is obviously, it is فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكُمْ فَوَلِّ وُجُوهَكُمْ شَطْرَةً. It is the Qibla of the Muslims, it is the honored place, etc., etc. So the other one says, فَوَلِّ وُجُوهَكُمْ شَطْرَةً, to face yourselves, face the Qibla, right? So that is why you won't contract your hands, you let them face the Qibla. Right, correct. Right, وَلِأَنَّ فِيهِ تَوْجِيهَ أَصَابِعَ يَدَيْهِ إِلَى الْقِبْلَةِ, because in it is the facing of your hands for the Qibla. Right, so that was the man's one. Now, just before we go to the man's one, the ladies one is very similar. All you do is same thing. A woman was, the left buttock will rest on the inside of the left ankle, right? And then instead of like the men, where you will erect your foot with the heel facing to the sky and the toes facing the Qibla, she will let her right foot come also out from the right, and the inside of the ankle of the right foot will rest on the ground. That's what I'm saying. And I think the Shafi Malik, they call it tawarruk, so she'll be sitting like this here, right? So okay, yeah, that's the one. And the other difference is also that her left buttock won't be resting on the inside of her left ankle. So both feet will be coming out from the right side. You understood that? So in كانت امرأة, if she was a woman, جلست على إليته اليسرى. So see, the men, I told you the men, the left buttock relaxes on the inside of the left ankle. But for a woman, what will happen? The left buttock will be on the ground, right? وإن كان امرأة جلست على إلية اليسرى, she will be sitting on her left buttock. وأخرجت رجليها, and she will remove both her feet من الجانب الأيمن, from the right side out. And why she do this here? Because لأنها أستر لها, it is more concealing. So like we told you, if you look at the common denominator, the common principle in all the positions for the ladies, she's going to make herself smaller. What she's going to do? She's going to contract her body. So she won't be like our man, you're pushing your leg out with the heel facing the Qibla. She's sitting flat. Her main support is her left buttock is on the ground, right? Left buttock is on the ground. And in fact, not left buttock, but both buttocks on the ground. The left buttock and the right buttock is on the ground. And the feet is coming out from the right side. So in that, there is more satar. So this shows you that even in Salaah, a woman must be practicing on satar. So her whole life should be satar. Okay, let's stop there. Allah Ta'ala accept, inshallah. ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq to practice. Allah Ta'ala give us the barakah of the lesson. Allah Ta'ala give all those who are sick and ailing shifa through the barakah of the words and the discussions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah.